Well, a jury has just been seated in the trial for the Russian analyst who provided intelligence that ended up in the now infamous Steele Dossier. Igor Danchenko was indicted on 5 charges of lying to the FBI about where and how he received that information, which former British spy Christopher Steele then included in that 2016 dossier. NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dilanian joins us now. Ken, there's a lot to sort of keep track of in terms of the timeline here, and this is the only remaining case stemming from Special Counsel John Durham's probe into the origins of the FBI's investigation into possible ties between Donald Trump and Russian interference in the 2016 presidential campaign. So just remind us, Ken, how exactly this dossier came about.
Right. The so-called dossier was a set of private intelligence reports, Morgan, prepared by Christopher Steele, a former British spy. He had been hired by an American firm called Fusion GPS, which was paid to do opposition research on Donald Trump, first on behalf of Republicans during the primaries, then for the Clinton campaign. The dossier, which was published by BuzzFeed after Trump was elected, asserted that the Trump campaign was conspiring with the 2016 Russian election interference operation. It also included a salacious allegation about Donald Trump and prostitutes in a Moscow hotel room. Most of the claims in the dossier have not held up over time. Special counsel Robert Mueller was not able to establish a Trump-Russia conspiracy, and the hotel incident appears to have been a product of third-hand gossip. Danchenko is a Russian-born analyst living in the U.S., and he became a key source for the dossier. Prosecutors say he lied about some of his conversations when he was interviewed by the FBI. It's important to point out, though, Morgan, that the FBI did not begin its Trump-Russia investigation because of the dossier and didn't rely on it to any significant extent.
But, you know, give us a sense here, Ken. Talk to us about this hacking group. I mean, we talk about what's happening with this dossier. What are you looking for when it comes to these arguments?
So the most significant development in this trial has already happened, Morgan. On the eve of jury selection, the judge blocked Special Counsel John Durham from introducing a lot of the evidence he wanted to use in sort of an effort to make this trial a more sweeping expose of the dossier. In particular, the judge is forbidding Durham from using some evidence about how that Ritz-Carlton story made its way into the document. The judge called it an unnecessary and impermissible attempt to make this case about more than it is. So this is now a much simpler case about whether Danchenko told the truth on some very narrow issues.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.